All right, what do Bill Gates and Warren Buffett have in common? Anybody know?
Degrees.
Well, yes, they are both billionaires. They are both two of the top, 10, 20 wealthiest people in the world. But that's not what I'm talking about today. Today we are talking high performance coaching. That is what I'm leaning more towards these days, which is teaching people how to be high performance in their business, in their bodies, in their faith, in their finances, in their relationships, whatever it is. I want to teach you how to be a high performance human being. And the thing that Warren Buffett and Bill Gates have in common is they both agree that the number one quality of high performing people in life is, he already saw the notes. That's Blair. He's in the peanut gallery today. The number one skill that you need to be able to have to be a high performance human being is the ability to focus, right? Focus. You guys remember The Rock? Yep. Lifting, shrugging, focus, and then you get back to it. That's what you guys need. You need the ability to be able to focus. What is focus? Well, let's go to the dictionary right off the bat. We're on Merriam-Webster.com. Focus, the definition: a center of activity, attraction, attention. Let me repeat that again. It is a center of activity, attraction, or attention. Focus. It is singular. It is one thing. It is not a million things. Here's another breakdown of it. Why is focus so important? This is on the Huffington Post. Focus is so important because it is the gateway to all thinking, perception, memory, learning, reasoning, problem solving, and decision making. Without good focus, all aspects of your ability to think will suffer. I don't know about anybody out there, but I don't really want to suffer. Do any of you guys want to suffer on a regular basis? I think everybody suffers bad enough as it is. But the worst part about it is you're doing it to yourself. What do I mean by that? Well, let's get into it. So first of all, the reason I'm on this right now is because over the weekend, I attended a 5-hour seminar in Dubai from one of my favorite speakers, Brian Tracy. How did I make it to Dubai and back? Well, I just watched the damn video on YouTube. It's called Sunday Seminar. Last weekend I went to a Jim Rohn seminar. Jim Rohn has not been alive for a significant number of years, but how did I get to his seminar? I went online, I was resourceful, I found the information, I got it. Two of my favorite speakers of all time. Blake loves Jim Rohn. Guy listens to Jim Rohn all the time. The whole team's in here right now. They're tapping into this because I want them to hear this as much as I want you to hear this. So let's move on. So Brian Tracy's talking about this. Wonderful, wonderful author, businessman, Brian Tracy. And he's talking about the ability to focus. And he's talking about how people every day are so distracted that they have an inability to get focused. They can't get to where they need to be. So I'm going to teach you how to get focused. So we're going to skip right through all the mumble jumble and me just throwing up, vomiting at the mouth, and we're going to go right to it. So today, how do we get focused? That is the target, right? We want to get focused. You want to get focused. Maybe you want to focus on learning how to play guitar, learning Spanish, learning a new language. Maybe you want to be a social media person. You want to be able to promote on social media. Maybe you want to be a soccer coach. Whatever it is you want to do, you have to focus. Maybe you want to be a quarterback coach. Maybe you want to be a strength and conditioning coach. Maybe you want to be a real estate investor. You have to be able to focus. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to break it down. Number one, we have to commit first and foremost always. And this is a Grant Cardone secret. He always starts everything off with commitment. You have to be committed. You have to make a decision to be committed to whatever it is you're doing. Whatever that one thing is we want to do. Second thing, we have to kill the distractions. Kill distractions. This is where you're losing. This is the most important step. Yeah, commitment's all right. But if you're distracted, if you wake up in the morning, and who wakes up in the morning and checks their damn phone? Blake? Blair? Simra? Britt? Now, what are y'all, now, and be honest, be 100. What are you checking for right when you wake up? Are you checking for important business things, checking the financial accounts, checking to see how the real estate portfolio is doing, checking to see, if you made a new networking contact, or what are you checking? Just looking, right? You? Your new rule of thumb every morning, keep everything off. Keep everything off right when you wake up. Right when you wake up, you're going to keep everything off. And this is what Brian Tracy was talking about. And I think this is an important thing to remember. You can all agree that you felt this thing. When you check your phone, when you check Instagram, when you check your feed, when you hit the Explore tab, when you check your DMs, when you go into your email account, when you check Facebook, what you're getting is a little dopamine hit. You ever feel that dopamine hit and you're like, oh man, new information, right? And you're looking and it's just like, bang. You know what dopamine is like? Your body has the same reaction to dopamine as it does to what? That white, that yayo, right? That rock. So if your body has the same, your mind has the same reaction to that as it does to cocaine. And then that's to stimulate your head. So what if you take a hit of the white? What are you gonna want? You're gonna want a little bit more, right? Look at Blake's like, true? No, just kidding. But the fact of the matter is this, guys. When you go check your phone first thing in the morning, and all of a sudden you get all this stimuli thrown at you, your brain just goes into automatic. I need it all day long. Then you're checking, then you're checking, then you're checking, then you're checking, and by the end of the day. They say that by people being in distraction all day, by the end of the day, Brian Tracy said this, your IQ is at least 10, 20 points lower than when you started. You ever end the day feeling like a just complete buffoon? You can't think, you can't focus, you don't know what's going on. You've allowed all of this stimuli into you. But also this, have you ever gotten so singularly focused on one thing? One objective, one thing. I'm gonna, like Britt, she's a content creator. I'm gonna make this video. I'm not gonna listen to music. I'm not gonna be on YouTube, listen to Blase. I'm like, who is Blase? Britt's on my YouTube account listening to Blase and what's Blase?
It was for the video.
Huh?
It was for the video.
Oh, okay, all right. I thought, but then it was Future, and then it was this, and then it was that. I'm like, Britt, what are you doing? Because sometimes she'll be so deep and you'll be seeing all these. I'm like, but you can't. You got to focus on the one thing so you can get it done. If you're going to make a video, make the video. If you're Blake and you're trying to expand your quarterback empire, hit your sales activities. Hit the people you need to communicate with. Do the one thing. If you want to work out, and this is one of my secrets to being in great shape. I don't know if you've ever seen me in the gym or if you've ever heard stories of me in the gym. I like to work out in the pitch black. I don't want any lights on. I don't want any distractions. I don't want anybody talking. Like Brunner, the other day, me and Brunner are working out. We're squatting. You remember that day when you guys were deadlifting? And me and Brunner were squatting over here in the yoke or in the RML? And he's talking to me about like gym equipment and computer stuff. And I'm like, dude, during my set, I don't want to hear about it. I'm working out. I'm training. I love Brunner, but I'm training. All I want to do when I'm in the gym is train. I'm not worried about stocks. I'm not worried about bonds. I'm not worried. I would never be worried about that stuff as it is. I'm not worried about business. All I'm worried about is me getting my training in, and then I'm going to move on, right? Just like if you're eating. You ever been eating and you're trying to work on something, and all of a sudden you realize you've been eating for like an hour? Britt?
Yeah.
And you're like, I'm taking a spoonful, and then I'm gonna go over here, and then I'm gonna check this, and you realize if you'd have just ate, you'd have been done with that 10 minutes ago. You need to focus, guys, on doing one thing, whatever that is. And that could be just picking up a new skill set or picking an area of life that you need to improve on. If you need to improve on your nutrition, focus on that. Every day, take like 5 or 6 or 7 actions, specific actions that just try to improve that one skill set. And if you did that for an hour, hour and a half every single day for 2 weeks, according to recent studies, over 2 weeks, you would start to get better and improve on that one skill, and you would then be able to add another skill on and move on to the next thing. But where does everyone fail? Not only are they letting distractions into their life, they're letting their mind be pulled in all the different directions. They're letting their time be abused by all sorts of different people who are pulling them in all different directions. But they can't focus on the one thing because they're trying to do 5 or 10 or 15 different things at once, and they never get great at it. Me and Britt have had some of these conversations lately, and it's not so much that each task is out of her ability to be able to do it. Her capacity is there to do it. But it's when you're looking at all of it that it becomes a problem. So you need to just break it down into the one thing, execute that one thing that you know is the highest priority task, and then move on to the next one thing and do that excellently. And if you can start your day by doing that, and you can spend 2, 3, 4, 5 hours doing that, if you're an entrepreneur or a business person, you'll be more productive than you would have been in a month, because you now spent the time, dedicated time, trying to do one great thing. They say that people at the end of the day, entrepreneurs, business owners, and people of the like, their main goal is to produce high quality service and generate revenue. But they only spend 11% of their time doing that every day. 11%. That means that they're spending a huge chunk. They're spending 89% of their time doing things that's not their main goal. Their main goal is world-class service, products, and delivery of those things, as well as generating revenue to grow their team, expand their market, expand their reach, and take market share. But they only spend 11% of the time doing that. The others, they're looking at cracks in the TV, they're fixing gym equipment, they're doing all the things. I've been victim to it too. I've fallen victim to it. They're worried about where the 8-pound med ball is, who's got it, who's doing this, who's retreating, who's getting after it. But really all they need to focus on is serving their clients, expanding their reach, creating better products, and making sales. So whatever it is your goal, whatever that goal is, do the one thing starting in the morning. Don't look at your phone, don't look at your email, don't look at the text. To be honest, when was the last time you had such an important text in the morning that? Maybe. But you guys out there are just like me, right? We've all fallen victim to this, and we all need to get refocused and get back in shape. So that's my challenge to you guys this week. Today's Tuesday when this goes out. We're filming it on Monday so we can be ahead of the curve. Stay focused this week. Do one thing. If it is your fitness, focus on the one thing. Focus on the training. Focus on the nutrition. Spread them out. Focus on building that one key thing that you know you need to be able to build up. Whatever trait that is, build it up and move on to the next thing. That's all I got for you today, folks. How about that? Focus. High performance. Doesn't get any better than that. We'll catch you guys on the next episode.